the stuff that has been featured in all the glossy mags this week.
Gold Logie winner,
Absolutely.
Rove McManus, interviewed by myself here, Chaos TV. Let's go now and have a look at the interview.
Take it away,
We'll be back
Lewis.
in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Compare with what you're doing,
It's actually very similar.
because you've seen the tape.
Yeah, I've seen Chaos, and there's actually not that much difference. Ours was, we were lucky to have a studio. It's probably the only major difference. Where we broadcast out of was part of a university that had a media program, so there was a studio and cameras and all the equipment was set up for people to learn how to use the tools of the trade in television, and what they actually ended up doing was using a dish to then broadcast those images out to the city. So that was one of the many different facets of what made up 31 in Melbourne. So that's probably the only major difference. Other than that, it's all very much the same. I mean, you work as live as we did, and if anything's going to go wrong, there's not much you can do about it. And
So
the audience is very similar too, I noticed as well.
The audience, yes.
Yeah. The little plastic chairs.
Yeah. Like I said, they were all hand-me-downs from your show.
Yeah, the Signal furniture has been very good to community television.
It has. But was the university a direct feeder for your show, so you didn't have to worry about getting people involved in the show? Like, we have to get volunteers to come in and say, look, yeah, we can train you up and stuff and do the show. Because you're at the university, they were just there going, yeah, we'll come on board.
There was a few, but we still had, like, they were all still volunteers. There were people who, not everyone was, studying to be a camera person, so they were behind the camera. We used to find most of the volunteers who would come in, he'd say, what do you want to do? And they'd say, I want to work the camera. Everyone wanted to work the camera. Our director, he was pretty sure he was studying at the time. And then our second director that we had he actually moved up he did everything from camera work to behind the scenes. So he had a really good grasp of everything. But we did have a lot of people that would the call would be put out, that there's work available if you want to come down and learn your craft.
Did you ever have an interest in anything behind the cameras, or you just went, no, put me in front of the camera straight away?
I mean, I wouldn't have mind. I now and again, even just when we're blocking stuff here, I've been to rehearsals for after the game, another show that we make for 10, and I sometimes, while they're blocking things, get behind the camera, and I enjoy that a little bit. It's good fun. But I never really had many other aspirations, so I didn't really want to get in front of the camera. I was happy to be part of the show, and they just asked me to host after we did the pilot. They liked what I did, but I wasn't initially earmarked to be the host, so you don't knock that back.
Did you?
If they said to you, do you want to host? Would you go, no, not for me?
Well,
You see?
But did you push anyone down the stairs in order to get the host?
Oh yeah, of course, and they were good stairs too.
Yeah,
spiky bits.
Oh, good. Yes, got to have that.
Exactly.
As the show's producer, how much control do you have over
all of
what
it?
you do?
All of
Really?
the control.
Do you become a bit of a control freak?
No. Look, I don't really have all that. All it means is I'm just kept across everything that's going on. But there's a lot of decisions that are made that are made by other people, because we've got a lot of very capable staff who don't need to be asking any kind of permission or advice on anything. So it's more just once it sort of gets down to the nitty gritty, I'll just sort of give everything a once over and make sure I'm happy with it, and we're all happy with it, really.
What about do you pick and choose who you want to interview on the show, or are they generated? Is there a list generated and you go, yeah, that one, that one, that one?
It's a bit of both. There's a bit of us fishing. I mean, we fish as much as anybody else. We might hear that person X has a new movie out or something, so we might see, well, that's a good indicator that they'll be on the promotional trail and wanting to talk, because most people will otherwise not really have any desire to chat with you unless they've got something. What are they going to get out of it? I guess is what is the underlying motive. So, but then now actually we got a pretty good reputation, and we actually have people who offer their talent to us, which is nice.
Was there any one person that you particularly chased because you went, I want them on the show, I'm a big fan? You got to pull out all the stops.
When we first started, one of our guest producers said to me, okay, what's your wish list? Who are some of the people you'd want to talk to? And the wish list I gave was very varied. It was everyone from David Attenborough to a wrestler by the name of Mick Foley, who's also a best-selling author. So I think they confused her a little bit. And we've had enough wrestlers on that I'm happy. And we had David Attenborough on, but he was meant to be in studio, but he cancelled his tour, so we actually had to do it by satellite. But it was still a thrill to get to talk to him. So my absolute wish list has kind of been taken care of. But there's still, I mean, other people like, you know, if Robin Williams was offered to us, or a huge name like that, you just know it'd be great fun. We've had Robin on satellite, and he was a blast. But you know, again, to have him in as part of the show live would be tremendous as well. So there's lots of people who maybe aren't on any specific list, but if they came up, like we'd leap at the chance to have them on the show.
Yeah, right. So you're a bit of a fan of the wrestling, I take it. What, like I'm curious as to what sort of television and radio you watch and listen to when you're not making it.
Well, radio, because I'm contracted to a particular radio network, I feel obliged to listen to their music somewhat.
Oh, right.
So, but we also get a lot of, I listen to a lot of CDs because we have a lot of bands on the show, so we have a lot of singles from a lot of people that come across my desk, so I try to listen to as much as I can. TV, you know, obviously I like the wrestling. I watch a lot of, again, I like a lot of tense content like The Simpsons. I watch Futurama, which is a 7 show, but that's made by the people who make The Simpsons, which I like. And also...
Actually, I think I heard you saying that on the radio the other day, that you had a backlog of Futurama videos
yeah,
that you were going to
Series
catch up
2
with.
is out on DVD, and I haven't watched all of Series 1 with the audio commentary yet, so it's a bit of a rule of mine at the moment that I'm not allowed to buy a new CD until I've watched... You know, because you get to a point, Pete Hellier's got the same problem where you buy so many that you kind of bought your next one before you've watched your previous one, and then you've got a bit of a backlog where you've got this huge cabinet and half of them you haven't even watched yet. So that's a little rule I've set myself, is I'm not allowed to get the new Futurama box set until I've watched the previous one. So there's that, and shows like, I'm a bit of a fan for reality shows like Big Brother and Australian Idol. I'll be interested to watch that when it's on, and like Survivor I love, and The Amazing Race, which most people don't seem to get into. It doesn't rate very well here, but I think it's brilliant. That's actually one of my favourites too.
And do your parents still expect you to get a real job?
I think I've got one now, so I'm actually okay. But they never pestered me about it at all. I was actually studying fine art, and I was 2 years into my degree, and said to them, I'm actually, because I was actually still living at home, and I said, I'm gonna move out of home. And my parents said, right, well, where are you going to move? Thinking, you know, suburb X in WA where I was at the time. And I said, no, I'm moving to Melbourne and I'm going to become a comedian. I was already doing a bit of stand-up in Perth, and I thought, no, I'll make a go of it in Melbourne. They might have been on the inside thinking, wow, our son's really mental. But on the outside they went, no, go for it.
I think they were just happy to see you go, right? Yeah, whatever, go.
It was strange that they had my bags packed before I made that decision. So there you go.
Anyway, Rove, thank you very much for the interview. Very
a pleasure, thank you.
Give a small community television station like Channel 31 and CTV1 and Chaos a go.
No, an absolute pleasure. So thanks very much, and best of luck with it all, because you know it's where I started too, and it's a great place to be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's been Rove McManus for Chaos TV.
True, really.